seconds before
We'll see.
it will announce and all of that
Good, I'll get all my
jazz.
coughs out now.
The word live. Yeah, live, baby. So everyone just go tell all of your friends. That'd be fantastic. Aha, I see us. Ooh, look at that. Look at the layout. Look at there, sir. Nice job.
I know. Well, it was... Look, I'm just glad that we cut the dead weight and Carol's not here because I would have had a hell of a time organizing everybody, okay? I'm kidding. Carol, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Love you, Carol. Just, I'm trying to have all of our lovely faces up there, and certainly...
I'm not appearing as a cat, am I?
Oh, my God.
No, you're a potato.
Judge?
My picture just disappeared.
I'm not a cat. God.
I wonder, does anybody know what that case was?
I don't know the case. I just know that it was a case, and everyone popped on, and he popped on. He was a cat, and the judge's like, "I think you've got a filter on." Well, Your Honor, we're trying to turn. I'm not a cat.
For reality's sake,
My daughter was playing on my computer, and I don't know how to turn this off.
yeah. For reality's sake, I hope it was a traffic accident or a traffic speeding ticket.
I can't see myself.
For comedy, I really hope that it was like a triple homicide.
Mm-hmm. Or they just knocked a bunch of stuff off the desk.
Yeah. All right. So let me make sure that everybody should be showing up on the stream. Make sure. Yep.
Yay.
That is everybody showing there. But Desmond, you were saying that you couldn't see yourself, or were you just?
No, I'm back. All of a sudden, I went
Special
back to the
effects.
Zoom intro screen.
Ah, okay.
Fancy there. I like
Yeah.
that.
It just went all white and just said Zoom, and everybody's gone.
Oh.
I just don't hear you.
Now,
Zoom.
now, Tom, I'm curious because this is just nerdy, geeky, and the podcast listeners won't be able to see this, but I noticed your camera occasionally moves and whatnot. Is it on a gimbal or is it face tracking or what is it?
Sorry about that. I have no idea.
Somebody get the man some water.
I've got a new display, and the camera does this. It's just my display camera. I have no idea how to turn it off. It drives me crazy. Like if I move, the camera moves.
Well, that's cool. Oh, so it's built into the monitor, or
It must be. Well, the monitor's not moving. It's just the camera does that's built into the monitor does this weird stuff.
freaking technology, man.
Believe me, I've been looking for the off switch since I got this monitor, and I still can't find it.
Mac or PC?
It's a Mac. It's a studio display.
Okay.
Sir, he's an artist. Of course, it's a Mac. Hello.
There should be, I'm sure that there's some setting to turn that off, but
Let's troubleshoot. That'll be the most important.
Display settings. I'll go to camera.
Click.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I think it's cool as hell. I would be doing that if I had it. There's like, ooh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't follow me around when I walk. What the hell's that about? Follow me,
You want
camera.
to push the button, Billy Flynn?
Which button? You want to start the show?
Start the show? Yeah.
We can do that. Okay. I don't know if anyone knows how to say this one thing correctly, so forgive me if I screw it up. But ready, kids? We were going to have Arthur the Plant as a guest, but he was feeling a little potrizzy. It's GRD's Weekly. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all the ships at sea. Welcome to GRD's Weekly, episode number
309?
I don't even know why we play this game. It's ridiculous.
Was that close? 359.
We're in the 300s on this particular version of this show that's been around for far too long. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you might notice things look a little different because oh my gosh, we have guests tonight, huh?
What?
I know, and I'm going to try not to geek out far too much. I already have. So the folks that are bringing things to you tonight, the woman that you really need to listen to, that there's the Flintstress.
You better stop talking foolishness and give me an answer.
The man who really knows himself, it's podcast Indrid Siegfried.
What did I tell you about being funny? I'm not.
I'm the guy who sees the problem with the world. I'm the wonderful Billy Flynn.
There are too many people in this world who ask questions. Far too many who give answers.
And two legendary gentlemen who have made the book Claptrap that I've been geeking out over for weeks and showing you all the time. The man who had to explain to his friends why he wrote this silly book, it's Desmond Devlin.
Finally had something personal to say.
And the man who answered the allegations that his art angers and divides people, It is time.
My book. White Hating Coon. Don't have none of that bullshit.
Not at all. What did you do geeky this week?
Gentrification.
Wow. Well, I'm going to start with something that I forgot from my Geeky Week last time, which is Marvel's Echo.
Yes.
Echo. Oh my goodness, that was really phenomenal. So it's on Disney Plus. They're billing this under the Marvel Spotlight, which means you don't. Apparently, you don't have to have like all of the MCU knowledge beforehand to enjoy the show. Even though there were like three, maybe four characters who had made their way in other things. Without spoiling it, I'm not going to say who. But the authenticity of the Native American like representation, they apparently have a whole dub of the show in the. Why am I blinking? What was the language? It was. Was it Choctaw or it was Cherokee? I can't remember which. I feel terrible. I can't remember which tribe it was.
No, you're channeling Tim McGraw.
But it was super. It was super. Wow. But my baby's a Chippewa.
Oh yeah, that's wow.
Wow.
That's
That's a song. I was just quoting a song.
I understand.
But no, that show was phenomenal. And just the visual effects, like we don't do drugs, but man, if you did drugs, this show, right? This show would be a good one for drugs. I'm just saying. Don't do drugs, kids. Yeah, sorry, don't do drugs, kids.
That'd be terrible.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. No.
Wow. And then the other thing, sometimes when people recommend a show to us, we mainline it. So we watched 2 seasons in the span of 4 days, maybe 5 days of The Bear. Have you guys heard of The Bear?
I've heard of it.
The Bear is set in Chicago. It's a restaurant. The guy just won the main lead actor whose name I can't remember. Who kind of looks like Gene Wilder. Have you seen this whole conspiracy theory that he's Gene Wilder's grandson?
Oh, I could sort of
my
see
right, just a little bit in certain angles. Anyway, but it's just it's one of those shows that's funny but also heartwarming, and all these people have redemption arcs. So it kind of reminds me of Ted Lasso, sort of in a way, with just as many curse words, because Richie's kind of like Roy Kent, and you sort of see some of these. There's not a 1-for-1 thing, and there's no soccer at all, but it is really fun.
Our main guy was working at the world's best restaurant a year earlier, but his brother committed suicide and he had a sandwich shop. So he comes to run his brother's sandwich shop, and now they're going to turn it into an official into
a fine dining restaurant. And it's just a really, really
and I don't who these people know, but the cast they get for these minor characters,
right? These guest stars.
Oliver Platt, Joel McHale is in the show for 5 minutes. Jamie Lee Curtis is in the show. So many.
Wow.
As a major character too, I think, right?
She's their mom.
Yeah.
She's got 2 episodes really so far, but both times she is just bringing it like nobody's business.
Yeah, so it's just fabulous. I mean, as somebody who really likes restaurants, as a patron, that's really my only experience. I've never worked as a chef or done anything behind the scenes. So, and chef reality shows are probably not all that real. Top Chef and all of those cooking shows, Hell's Kitchen. So it was just, even though this was also a work of fiction, it was still just it felt like you were also getting a glimpse into that world of what it's really like. And it doesn't sound like that much fun, really. Creative, but hours and hours. You have to dedicate your whole life to that. You can't do anything else. You can't have a relationship if you're going to be a major chef. So I don't know. It was a cool show though.
My wife has been trying to get me to watch that show actually. So now I'll have to.
It is good.
Relinquish.
It is well worth your time.
All right.
I really like it, and there's only 2 seasons out so far, so it's they're 30-minute episodes, except for one. There was one random hour-long episode in the middle of it all. Who knows? But
what was funny is that episode wasn't called The Bear. What is their name? They're the Barasanos.
Berazzato family, right?
So this was their Christmas. The whole family's home for Christmas. So that episode was the Barasanos.
Yeah, but it does a really good job of addressing mental health issues in an authentic way. It's just it's a good show. It's hard to describe it, but it's really pretty good. And then I love all things Star Wars, so the Bad Batch is back.
Batch is back.
I love the Bad Batch. I have to say, I know a lot of people, hate on some of the animated stuff, or maybe not hate on it per se, but there's plenty of hate in the Star Wars universe. We know this, right? But I just mean, people sometimes don't give as much love to the animated stuff as they do the live action stuff, but The Bad Batch is a great show. And so we're 4 episodes into season 3 for The Bad Batch. And they did a little bit of a time jump in this one. You're not entirely sure in this last episode how much time has passed, but it's had to be like months to a year, maybe. I don't know. People's hair got longer, so
Yeah, they don't say
there's
star
definitely
dates
a
in
time
this
jump.
one. There's no star dates in this one, so that's a difference.
And I also noticed they took their helmet off in some foreign land, and they never considered that they wouldn't be able to breathe the air. Like, that's just not really a trope that you find in the Star Wars universe. Have you ever noticed that they just go to all these planets and just assume they can breathe? There's
All
no
planets
like
are M-class planets.
I guess,
And they all
I
speak
mean, it's just
basic. Yeah.
interesting. Right, as a sci-fi fan of other genres, to think about that they don't even consider the fact that they wouldn't be able to breathe. It's just, of course they can. Air is just air. But yeah, if you haven't checked out The Bad Batch, I highly recommend it. And I probably forgot like 80 million things, but I'm just going to go ahead and say that has been my geeky week.
Cool.
Started watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the Donald Glover series.
Okay.
It's good. So
Really?
yes, here's what I will say.
Okay.
You remember how the original live action Tick didn't deal with the I know.
I see where this is going.
They didn't actually deal with the fighting. Like if they fought a good guy or a bad guy or anything like that, you'd always see the leading up to and the aftermath. It was all the downtime moments. That's primarily what and that's primarily what Mr. and Mrs. Smith is, where you're seeing the spy stuff before, like the setup of the mission, the things leading up to it, maybe some following of the person, but you don't see a lot of the action. And if you do, it's maybe 5 minutes, but it's really well acted. You've got these awkward, quirky people that have no qualms with killing people and how they try to human. And so it's not what you would expect in any way, shape, or form. Donald Glover is ridiculously charming. The gal, I can't remember her name. Yeah, exactly. And the gal that they have on that show, I can't remember what her name is.
I gotta look this up.
She's fantastic. And just everybody in it is great. Parker Posey was just in an episode. I think Ron Perlman's coming up in another one. Billy Campbell, Rocketeer. He was in an episode as well.
With that. You buried the lead.
Yeah, exactly.
Lead with Billy Campbell. That's very interesting.
But it's just such a good show, and it's a slow burn show.
Okay.
But it's 100% worth it because it's just Donald Glover being ridiculously charming, and the gal in that is just the right kind of like that difficult, not quite fitting in with other people, but trying to, and just really good. Excuse me for a moment.
Her name is Maya
Erskine. Okay. I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't 100% sure. No, she will be though. I mean, she's just damn good. But yeah, highly recommend it. And it's not one of those shows that, if you're going in expecting action and everything like that, but it's a nice slow burn. Just really good. The Avatar live action series, I loved it. Anybody who's just like, well, it's not like the cartoon. Of course not. The cartoon was perfection. They're not going to keep up with it. And M. Night Shyamalan can go away because his was trash. But this is a damn good show. And in fact, a lot of people have said that the creators left. They had creative differences. Well, that was because the producers wanted to stick as close to the original, and the creators were like, we want to do some different stuff. And they're like, no, you can't. We're not setting ourselves up for that. So, I mean, it's the kids act like kids. They're not precocious or anything like that. They just act like kids who are stuck in this like crazy situation. The bending actually looks like it would be like it was in the cartoon, where the moves are manipulating things versus the Shawshank Redemption one, where, they would do the move and then the thing would anyway. And Little Soldier Boy was done perfectly in that because there was only one way it could have been done, and they did it. So all in all, and it's just fantastic. and just finished up.
Makes me think of like was The Boys, right?
Yeah.
Totally different Soulja Boy. Or the song, the hip hop jam.
Yeah.
That's where I went. I was going to drop some lyrics on you. But no.
Well, and that's the thing that I mean, we geeks, we love identifying with the things that we love, but we also love to identify with the things that we hate. That's why there is such Star Wars, Star Trek. Our gentleman guests today, Mad Magazine versus Cracked. Like, you don't have to pick a favorite. You can enjoy both of them. However, that being said, Mad was obviously our favorite. Cracked was trash.
Could work for both of those magazines, couldn't we, Tom?
See, there we go. There we go. So, you know, because we identify with the things that we hate, a lot of times when something new comes out, a lot of geeks have to identify as hating on it. Don't be a dick. Just enjoy it. It's a thing. It's not going to be as perfect as you want it to be. Enjoy it for what it is. Unless it's the M. Night Shyamalan version, because again, that was trash.
Wow.
And I'm ready to start season 3 of Resident Alien.
Okay.
We fired it up, started the first episode, couldn't remember a damn thing of what was going on. So we went back halfway through season 2 and watched up to it. And we finished that actually just before I came in here to do the show. So that has been my Geeky Sweek. A lot of really good. Oh, and I downloaded Helldivers 2, which I need to start playing at some point in time with my kid because that's just going to be ridiculous fun.
Aw, aren't you a sweet dad? Gentlemen, which one of you would like to do it first?
So you would just
do
like anything you've been up to lately? Yeah.
Did you do anything geeky, Des?
Sort of. I've been doing a lot of boring stuff that has nothing to do with geekiness or entertainment, but I guess, do people know a character named Alan Partridge from British television?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, the other day I just realized that there's so many different formats and programs. The guy's been doing it for about 30 years, and he's done TV series, and he's done streaming shows, and he did a movie, he's done books. I said, I gotta sort of like organize all this chronologically and like start from the beginning and go through it all. It's a very funny character. Started on radio of all time, just any format you can think of. He was on. He's basically like this very untalented, very self-centered, very sort of prejudiced and guy who's determined to have a career in BBC or things like that, and he keeps like getting footholds and losing them. It's basically sort of like how would I describe it? It's a bad person who sort of doesn't mean well, but doesn't isn't harmful either. They're just sort of stumbling through his really substandard career.
And it's Steve Coogan, isn't it?
An announcer and presenter, and and whatever jobs you get usually go wrong in the end. So it's very good comedy, and I recommend that for anybody. But the trouble is, at this point, there's about 18 or 19 different chapters, and there's like seven episode series, 1 episode series. 14. So I just went on Wikipedia and said, let me write all this down and I can see what I've seen and what I haven't seen, what I missed. So there's more planning for the future than enjoying this past week.
Oh yeah, we're fans of Red Dwarf, so we understand the series, how those go.
It's Megan A.
Well, let's see. What did I do? I don't do a lot of geeky stuff, I guess.
There's the guy with the man behind it.
Yeah, you could say you polished or dusted that thing, and that would count.
I went on patrol,
I'm just trying to see where the bat pole is, how you get into that office, but I can't quite see it.
Oh, the Shakespeare bust is just right.
Actually, the Shakespeare
You do, don't you?
right
You
over
do.
there if you see it.
Yes.
Back, right?
Yep.
There it
Where's
is.
the red phone?
It turns on my light table, actually.
Nice.
You made it functional. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it works.
Fantastic.
I guess I did watch. I binge watched the last season of True Detective. I don't know how geeky that is, but
Sure. No, we talk about whatever. You can geek out over anything. So feel free.
If you're a geek and you do it, it makes it geeky.
yeah, that's true. Anyway, anything Jodie Foster's in is always awesome. So I had to watch that
Have you
one.
watched all of the seasons up until this point?
Yeah, I did. I liked. I wasn't too wild about season 2 with.
You know what is?
It was okay, but the first season was amazing.
Yeah, it was like nothing else on television at the time, I think. And so, I mean, impossible to kind of top that and keep up with that.
And we did the spoof in Mad. Des, did you write that, or did Arnie write that?
No. I think I'm almost sure it was Arnie.
It was Arnie.
Okay.
I'm positive it wasn't me. I'm pretty sure it was Arnie.
Yeah. So I watch it, but
everything you've ever written. That's kind of cool.
I do have a geeky Saturday planned.
Yes.
Nope.
So my son, my youngest, is my son Tom, and his wife are coming over, and my wife and I and they are going to watch the first Dune again in our home theater, and then we're going to the theater to watch Dune 2.
Nice.
So we're gonna have a Dune marathon on
David
Saturday.
Lynch to the new one? That's so weird.
No, I'm gonna skip the David Lynch one.
Oh, the first.
And then the series, and then
I saw that one in the theater, believe it or not, the David Lynch Dune. I had to sneak in because I was like 17 years old. And it was like, talk about being on drugs. I mean, that was crazy. But I did like the first one. I thought the first one was great, and I'm kind of a Frank Herbert aficionado, so I've read those books many times. And so I did like how they handled the first one, and it's a complex story. So
yeah,
it's tough to.
I appreciate David Lynch, so on one level, but it was not book. And when they're like, we're going to do it again, this is one of those things that you just really can't film, and they did a really damn good job filming it.
Yeah, I kind of got the way what Lynch did, where he couldn't explain the whole Bene Gesserit fighting technique that the Atreides had developed, so he came up with this goofy sonic voice box thing that was a substitute for it. And it was like, oh, you had to make a MacGuffin instead of the training having that being all part of it. But I kind of get it. It was fun. I still enjoyed it. I still see Patrick Stewart as Gurney Halleck, no matter how hard. But anyway, so that we're going to do that, and I actually spent part of this week doing the next cover of Mad. So,
ooh, nice.
Yeah, how about that? Or actual job from Mad Magazine.
One of the 2 new pages in the book.
Exactly.
Which has a total of 5 new pages. Yes. Fair enough. So I don't know how geeky you can consider this, but I've knocked out the first 2 episodes of Feud, Capote and the Sparrows.
What?
Look, Ryan Murphy. Okay, I love Ryan Murphy. He does American Horror Story. He did Feud with the Betty and Joan, the Betty Davis, Joan Crawford thing, and I love that. And Truman Capote. Look, there's a scene in the second episode that is actually of him filming Murder by Death. So you kind of have to love this on one level. If you know anything about Truman Capote, it's totally worth doing it. And maybe that's just part of my old school Hollywood mentality thing that I have. That's why it works. I understand it's a little strange, but I'm going to be in that for the run. Something I did discover and find, and that I probably should have found earlier, is Loudermilk. It's a Ron Livingston sitcom.
Yeah.
Yeah, in which he is a recovering alcoholic who now runs, basically, what do they call themselves? Sober Friends, as someone described. Is that the ripoff of AA? And he goes, yeah. So it ran for 3 seasons. Remember when AT&T had a streaming service?
Nope.
Yeah, nobody does. It was on the AT&T streaming service, and they got canceled when that network kind of just disappeared. There was no longer a streaming service. But there's some cool people in that too. Brian Regan is one of the people in his group. If you're an old school 80s stand-up guy,
nice.
Brian Regan is killing it. Wow. Kills it in this. It is incredible. Will Sasso is his roommate and sponsor. So, I mean, you're going to have a good time. It's uncomfortable in some places, as it should be, because you're talking about addiction. But yeah, man, wow. No, that's really good stuff. Okay, here's something you forgot to talk about.
I always do.
We watched Spirited Away.
Oh, Miyazaki, nice.
Yes. It was time.
I've seen Princess Mononoke, but I hadn't seen a whole lot of Miyazaki's movies.
And I'm like, okay.
No, I'm gonna have to.
Of all the things that I've exposed you to, Star Wars, Star Trek, everything. How did we not really go through a Miyazaki phase? How did we not do a Studio Ghibli phase? I don't understand. But yes, Lord God, Spirited Away. is so good. It's not my favorite of his films, but it's still a damn fine time that I recommend to any and everybody because that's good. I am again going to just massively say to the entire world, holy God, you should be watching the new Quantum Leap. Season 2 wrapped up. They do just the best season finales. They really do. Oh my God. There's already
It must be good because you hardly ever recommend like a network TV.
It's a network TV show. It's a network TV
I forgot
show.
something else on my list too.
And I'm about to talk about that next, Jess.
Yes, dang it.
You damn well know I am, girl.
I saved it for you.
I appreciate that. But no, the new this Quantum Leap, it's got ties to the original. I want a third season. There's some grumblings that maybe it's not, and I'm pissed off about that because I really, really like what they've done. And this final episode was just the trippiest damn thing ever, and it's fantastic. Well, the other thing she forgot on the list is we've watched we've watched episode 3 of Tracker.
Another,
Oh, that's right.
Totally network TV show.
Another network TV show.
Colton Shaw. Travels around the country, like collecting rewards when people are lost.
He's a rescuist.
Show, but it stars the one and only Justin Hartley.
And in this episode, at the beginning, he did get stabbed. So he had to take his shirt off.
Of course.
Go to the doctor.
What a shocker! He had to take his shirt off on the show.
I know.
In episode 2,
I don't know why
he
he
didn't.
even owns shirts.
Episode 2, he kept it on. There was no natural reason in episode 2 for him to have to take his shirt off. So, but they certainly wrote a natural reason in episode 3. Yes, they did. All right. So, and again,
he was in a towel within 5 minutes of the first episode.
Yes, he was.
Well, he just hit a water buffalo.
What we were here for.
They're like, hey, that guy, that Flynn guy's watching. Yeah, but no, I like it.
But we weren't willing to slog through This Is Us.
No.
To
There wasn't enough of it.
It was on screen 95% of the time in this show.
And I like the creators of that show. It's the guy who created Gallivant and The Neighbors, and it had James Roday in it, and but I just couldn't watch that show.
With a mustache, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
That was the breaking point for you.
He's got to be mustacheless. I'm sorry. That's how that works. But no, his character. I said for the first episode something I liked is how he talks, the way he talks to people, and how he discusses the odds of how something is and is not going to work.
Uh-oh.
He gets to do that to some. I don't know where she's going. To some funny things. But Tracker. I digress. So on the Switch, in your classic sections, they've got, the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, the N64, the Game Boy Advance, and the Sega Genesis that they're putting old games for on. In the NES, very recently, they've added RC Pro-Am.
Oh, wow. I loved that game.
So you remember, thank you, right? How
Hell yeah.
good was RC Pro-Am?
Oh, yeah.
That game was
terrible.
What?
And it had like the worst graphics and it was like an old school. It's like an old game.
It was an old game.
But it wasn't an old game when we first started playing.
Yes.
It was frustrating as hell.
Oh my God, you're the kind of person who watches Citizen Kane and just be like, I know a bunch of shows that do those tricks already. What's so special about this?
For folks that are not familiar with this, yes, RC Pro-Am is about you racing RC cars.
Mm-hmm.
And it was done by Rare.
Mm.
You know Rare.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a very early Rare.
Really?
Game. Yes, that was by Rare.
Wow, no kidding. They did Battletoads, and of course now rocking it out with Sea of Thieves.
Right? Brought us our Donkey Kong Country.
Mm-hmm.
These guys know how to make a game. So it is. If you've got your Switch, if you've got access to the old games, go play that for a while, and don't forget that you now can save state at any point. So if you get really far into it, save your game, and if you crash, you don't have to start all over again. You just start from that save point.
Nice.
It's like the Game Genie is back. Really is. So I'm not on it now. We will be on it tomorrow night when we play Jackbox. But I finally bought the gaming computer.
Really?
Yes. I got it. It was $600 off. It's like, hey, this is a good time to do this.
Yes, it is. Well, we'll have to chat so we can get you streaming, sir.
Right, exactly.
Well, more importantly, so he can play Star Wars Outlaws when that comes out, right?
Yeah, of course, naturally.
That is the main reason. However, so I think I told everybody this a long time ago, but that Marvel's Avengers game that was everywhere, that was on Steam, and They lost the license to be able to do it, so the game and all of the downloadable content went on sale for $5. And my kid got it for me, and I'm like, I don't have anything that runs this. Like, but you might one day. Well, I do, and I've been playing it.
Nice.
If you're a Kamala Khan fan, you're going to have a damn good time with this. This is highly centered around her and her interactions with the Avengers. I recommend. I have not, whatever the problem that people had, because people have problems with all kinds of stuff, and I don't know what that is. I haven't got to that yet. I'm sure I will at some point, and then I can tell you it sucks. But for right now, I'm having a damn fine time with that. And I need to get another trackball because I'm now using an older one, and it's slightly messy. But I will be able to push this button with no problem.
The wonderful Billy Flynn looks at what Chad and Abby are up to now. If you know what TV show they're on this week, you could win yourself a prize. It's your further adventures of Chad and Abby update.
Abby comes to the conclusion that Chad is not the best role model for the kids, and she thinks it's his long and not entirely true stories is the reason they're not doing the chores they're supposed to. Then her pregnant friend who lost her husband is thinking of not keeping a baby, so of course she hilariously goes into labor in typical sitcom fashion. And everyone's like, look, keep the kid. It's wonderful. Keep the kid. Abby has a super tough day, and she's not able to deal with the kids, but Chad comes to the rescue and makes everything work, totally shocking her. Sometimes Abby feels like she's in Hell's Town, and Chad's just trying to have some good times, especially in a house of kids who are breaking unfastened, fracturing wobbly, shattering insecure. Hashtag Chabby forever.
Looks like you've got mail waiting.
Hello, GRD crew. I just remembered that I hadn't sent in my Chabby entry. I had planned to watch the live stream on Twitch last week when I was in Denver for work, but didn't make it back to my hotel room in time. When I saw the announcement inviting people to watch, I had a conscious thought of being able to post in the comments during the live stream, I know where Chad and Abby are. As it turns out, if I'd been able to watch the stream live, I would have been able to do that very thing because I know that Chad and Abby are on Boy Meets World. That is from Jay Radimus. And yes, Jay Radimus, last week, Chad and Abby were indeed on Boy Meets World. So yay!
That's a relatively mainstream show. Wow.
Yes.
And you running out of obscure TV? This is a random contest thing that we do where he gives like these weird clues and people guess what TV show they're on. It's got a whole bigger backstory than that, but we have a lot of people who like call in and play this game. But anyway, so Boy Meets World. Wow. Congratulations, Jared.
Yes, Jared, and it all involves days of our lives. Very long story. I won't bore you. But yes, and so you've got a couple weeks if you want to throw in some clues, some guesses to where they are on this particular show. The next episode, we will draw the winner for February and give you a fantastic prize. And, you know, if you're a video game person, I've got a whole new swath of video games to choose from, including a vast collection of Street Fighter games. So... we'll see what happens. So always, by all means, won't you please drop us a note? It is podcast@geekradiodaily.com. Or, of course, you can send a voicemail or text message to the magic numbers of
510-GRD Crew.
And next time we're going to get the guys to do it and see how sexy they can make it sound.
That'll be sexy, baby. Sexy.
We let things pile up in the DVR, we add them to our queues, we wait for the DVDs and Blu-rays. We time shift. The Time Shifters podcast. Sci-fi, horror, fantasy, superheroes, comedy, action, film, television, maybe some not-so-current events. Find us on iTunes or at timeshifterspodcast.com.
Hi, kids. Space Ghost here, and you are barking a happy tune with Geek Radio Daily.
What the heck is that?
I don't know, but they sure smell like bad cup of soup.
No, that's why there's Axe body spray. So hey kids, yes, if you've been paying attention, if you've ever been to a live show, you know that if we have guests, generally we do something a little different.
It's time to play the multiverse's favorite guessing game. Do you know the truth when you hear it? Can you spot a lie?
Oh, hell no!
Play along with the GRD crew as they decide?
Show enough!
Or, oh, hell no.
Indeed, and this time we got not one but two participants, both Desmond Devlin and Tom Richmond, will be giving us quote-unquote true facts about themselves, and we will discern whether or not that is a show enough or oh hell no. Gentlemen, trick us if you can.
Who wants to go
I'm keeping
first?
score.
Yes,
Okay. And so you'll say your true fact, and then we will decide if we think that you are right or wrong.
And we can go alphabetically if that would
Not
work.
right or wrong, but if we think it's true or not, yeah.
Right or wrong?
I said the wrong thing.
I think they would know.
Okay, I'm ready. Okay.
Do it.
All right, I'll start. Okay, I once had to take shelter during a rocket attack in Kandahar, Afghanistan.
Wow, we got really real all of a sudden. Holy hell.
Hey, Justin, I'm going to take his shirt off.
Rocket attack, Jesus.
I feel like I would be unpatriotic if I think that he didn't. Like he didn't potentially serve the country. I don't, man.
I'm going with show enough.
First of all, thank you for your service, and yeah, show enough.
Look.
Okay, Flynn?
Sometimes you need people that can do, moving, sketch art. Show enough.
All right. Show enough?
Am I supposed to reveal yes or no right now?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Show enough.
Woohoo!
Show enough.
Okay.
Right, score update. If you're following along at home, the score is 1-1 to 1.
So you didn't want any follow-up on that? You're just like, that's cool, that's fine, that's awesome, you did
No,
that?
I do want to know.
Okay. Well,
What branch of the service were you in?
I never served in the armed services, but I was on.
That's one hell of a wrong place, wrong time.
I was on multiple USO tours as a cartoonist. We traveled to war zones and would draw for the troops and entertain them while we were there. And I was in Afghanistan, Iraq, Kuwait, all sorts of places like that. And we were on Kandahar airfield in Afghanistan in I think 2007 or 8. And there was a rocket attack on the base, and we all had to dive under the tables.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
That's a good story.
I actually buried my underwear in the sand, and it's probably still there.
Dirty bomb.
Left a piece of
So yeah, it's either Dirty Bomb or there's this massive palm tree that has grown from that spot.
No, guys, I just launched my own scuds.
Wow, but no,
Febreze.
that's awesome that you did that for the USO. I'm not gonna lie, part of me was hoping it would be no, it was Detroit.
All right, Des.
Okay. Well, mine isn't. My first one is not as violent, but so emotional violence. I was supposed to be taken out to dinner for my birthday today because my birthday is February 29th and it doesn't come that often. And when this popped up, we had to postpone it. So I'm here instead of there.
Oh hell no! Why would you do that? No! Oh my gosh! Is it really your birthday?
No, you can't.
Hold on.
She's answered.
Oh no! I'm trying to get us a hint here, guys. Come on now.
You're not allowed to bold-faced ask him the answer.
That was not in the rules. I'm pulling an Air Bud here. Okay. This falls under the Air Bud rule.
Google him. But I did earlier, so it's probably still in my browser window. Okay, no, I'm gonna go with oh hell no, because I mean, as much as I would appreciate that, that's really kind of you. I can't imagine that that's true.
Just to keep the score even between all of us, I'm gonna say oh hell no because if Tom couldn't do it last time, I'm gonna say no. You'd rather be at a party than with us. So oh hell no. What you got?
Wait. Hold on. I'm gonna say. No, not really. I am going to stick with the answer of oh hell no.
Okay.
Specifically because he's a writer, and writers are known to craft BS.
I like that.
So I say hell no.
I thought the whole point of this game is to craft BS.
It is.
It is.
Everybody knew. Anyway, well, the answer is no. It was not my birthday.
When is your birthday?
Oh, I don't want to say.
No, fair enough.
Question number 2.
All right, the score is currently 2-2. I'm going to say something different from you guys anyway, no matter what. So.
Okay.
All right, Tom, hit us with a true fact.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I got suspended in high school for a caricature I drew of the vice principal.
Yes, true. Show enough. Artist, mad, yes.
I'm going to say, no. I'm going to say, oh, hell no, because I think you're, you just changed like one little bit of it, and maybe it was actually the principal. Oh. All
I also had some encounters with vice principals, so I know the bane they can be. Show enough.
I'm stick with my answer. Show enough.
Okay, what you got?
All right.
Oh hell no!
Oh.
I did get suspended in high school, but not for drawing a caricature of the principal. I got suspended for being in an air band competition, and we used illegal pyrotechnics and almost set fire to the gymnasium. So
they weren't air pyrotechnics. Come on, you're an air band.
No, they were real pyrotechnics.
Oh my God, that's great. That's flipping
That's
great.
awesome. Love it.
Didn't go to jail, but I did get suspended.
You go to juvie back then.
I knew I should have stuck with my gut. All right.
Okay. Des, any pyrotechnics in your next story?
I hope that because it's about flammable matter. So I said I've got a big comic collection which hasn't grown in many years, but in the middle of it, I've got a complete run of the original Justice League, a complete run of the original Spider-Man, and of course all of the Mad issues. True or false?
Ooh. Ooh, y'all are good at this game.
Original Spider-Man.
Not all in mints. I'll say that. Varying condition.
Okay, I'm going to be a jerk about it and say, oh, hell no, because I don't think you have Amazing Fantasy 15. What you got, guys?
That's not Spider-Man.
Okay, what up, Rich? Rich?
I know. No. Don't help them.
So that's a different side.
I understand.
There's only 15 of them.
Well, I'm also think there's two other issues that are very hard to find for collectors. So, but I'm not. I'm not supposed to be telling them. Yes, no, please. What do y'all think?
Well,
I'm gonna.
Don't have the Brave and Bold issue. It was the first Justice League. But
I'm gonna say, oh hell no, because it's not the Justice League. It's a full collection of Howard the Duck.
I think I do have that.
Well, I'm going with show enough because I want to believe.
Well, I do have a complete run of the Justice League, and not the other two.
All right, it's still tied up though because I got the last one and you got the. I'm keeping score.
But very quickly, I do have the Detective Comics issue that has the Beatles in it, but they're not really the Beatles. Yes, please go ahead.
Your collection is really random.
It is.
Yeah,
I've got that same book.
I got a good strip. See, it's all McCartwright. Absolutely.
I know the solutions on this cover. I remember that.
And it was.
I'm working on getting a complete collection of the Flaming Carrot, if that counts.
Is it okay to spoil the surprise in that issue? I could do it.
Wait, I don't have a spoilers thing set up yet. I don't think.
Based on, the Paul McCartney.
Did you see Billy Flynn's eyes just light up? He was like, "Yes, please."
Well, there's a rumor back in the '60s that Paul McCartney had died and the Beatles covered it up. So you've probably heard of that, right? So this is basically somehow Batman and Robin. They try to figure out who killed him, and it turns out he's actually the Paul McCartney version. The story is the only one who's alive. It's actually the other three who all died.
Three died.
Twist ending.
I like it.
Didn't see it coming.
Oh, okay. Sorry. When you were talking about having every episode of Mad Magazine, Billy Flynn does too, like a lot of them in his comic book collection. But I just remembered that we also had this, and I'm totally derailing the whole game.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
That is cool. It's in rough shape, but yeah, we still actually play it.
Yeah.
We still actually play it. That game is
I do have a
wacky.
complete run of the Mad magazines, but not the comic books. So they're too expensive to have all the contents anyway. So I don't like to spend thousands of dollars just to like tick off a box.
Right.
Do they give you copies of the ones that you write and work on? I mean, is that kind of part of the deal? Okay.
Wait a minute. You get free copies of Mad?
Yeah. I got yours.
That's funny. All right, whose turn is it? I've lost track. I got to.
I believe it's Tom's next.
Oh, my turn. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Now this is a tough one.
Okay.
I don't think you guys are all going to get it.
Serious face.
You ready? My favorite superhero is Superman.
Oh hell no!
I mean, I think this is
right.
Question.
We're not seeing the other side of the room.
No. Right. But this is that beautiful moment where now do I tell them that and then just set up a Batman right behind me to F with him? See, I caught myself.
That's an expensive prank.
Yeah, but if you're gonna prank someone at that level, you know, we're the one.
He doesn't seem like a half-assed kind of guy.
I think you're more interesting than that. I think you're more interesting than that. I'm going to say, oh, hell no. What you got, Rich?
I'm going to say in certain ways, yes. But my answer is, oh, hell no.
Okay, thank you.
Everyone knows Batman is best. Go ahead.
Well, it's oh hell no. Yeah, Batman rules.
Yes.
That is a costume, by the way. I can wear it.
Have you?
I dare you.
Thing about Batman, is it the fact that like he wasn't like an alien that's super powered and he had to like turn himself into a hero, or his code of ethics, or what is it about Batman?
To be honest with you, I was a Batman fan when I was so little that I don't even remember why I loved Batman. When I was like 2 years old, I would run around with the towel around my, tied around my thing. I watched the Adam West show, when I was a really little kid, and that got me into comics. And I started, discovering other superheroes, but Batman was always my favorite. So,
aww,
dance with the one that brought you. I can dig it.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Have you worn the costume? Do you wear it?
Oh yeah,
like
I used to take my kids trick or treating with it.
Oh, badass!
We'd go up to the doors and they'd be like Smurfs or something, and then I'd knock on the door and the people would open the door and they'd see Batman standing there, and then they'd be like, "Just a minute," and then they'd go and get me a beer. So I'd come home with a pillowcase full of beers, and the kids would have all the candy.
All right, so DC.
I love justice. This is great.
All right, DC Comics really hell's my Batman Smurfs crossover.
I'm coming after you, Gargamel.
Shooters.
Yes.
So all the grown-ups got Jello shots and the kids got candy. Yeah.
Nice. It was great. The next year, people were like, "Was this the house with the Jellos?" Yes.
Yes, it is.
But for like every 10 kids, the parents would be the kid would be like, "I want one. No, this is for mommy."
Now, which Batman suit is that? Is that the Michael Keaton? No, because it looks like the neck.
That's the Val Kilmer.
Okay.
Like what they call the Panther suit.
Oh yeah.
Because the neck is really thin. It's just like really sleek. I mean, it's got the nipples, but chicks dig the nipples, so I didn't get that.
Val Kilmer's the only true Batman. We all know that.
I still wear it when I.
The hell did you just say?
On Halloween, I hand out candy. And there are kids, like families come from all over to Batman's house to get candy.
Hey, good on you for
tell me.
Good on you for still being able to fit in it all these years. That's a testament.
My wife gives out full-size candy bars. That's why they really come to our house.
Batman.
Never mind that Batman hands them out. Yeah,
I think a little bit of both. All right, Des.
All right, next one. When I was about 12 years old, I'm not going to vouch for the year exact, but when I was about 12 years old, Bill Gaines chased me out of his office at Mad Magazine.
See, I think I should know the answer to that. I really do think I should know the answer to that. F it. I want that to be true. Hell yeah.
I agree. I want that to be true so bad. Show enough.
I'm sorry. I was so excited. I got mixed up. I kind of went both ways in my answer.
You said show enough. What do you think, Rich?
Show enough, because I want it. I want it
to be true. It's like we all vote for the wrong one in Jackbox because we want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going for oh hell no.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, it's basically true. So, Mad used to have a thing. They'd let people go in for office tours, and somehow my mom found out about that. So I went in for 2 of them when I was a little kid. And the second one is basically it's basically an office. It's not. It's sort of exciting, but it's also just sort of very bureaucratic in a lot of ways. A lot of paper, a lot of stuff, boxes of things. And so the first time I went, they gave me the tour, whatever. The second time they started doing it again, and I'd seen it, so I just started wandering around in the other direction. So I saw like the King Kong head that Bill Gaines had inside his office. He used to have there's a paper mache King Kong that Sergio Aragones made for. He's got it hanging on the window, so it looks like King Kong's looking in the window. So I went in to look at that. I started looking around, and then all of a sudden, I hear a voice behind me goes, "Hello!" And I turned around, and it's Bill Gaines sitting at I didn't realize I'd walked into Bill Gaines' office.
Oh my God.
And my reaction was to go, and run out of the office.
As any normal person would, yes.
So he didn't exactly chase me out. I'm going to say that's a slight exaggeration, but otherwise it's entirely true.
I think we should all get points on that one.
No, I think it's close enough on that. So
what's the score?
Okay. I'm okay. I'm gonna cheat at the end anyway.
Right.
So
Remember,
it doesn't
she's
even
keeping
matter.
score, so she wins.
I mean, you know.
So what's the score? What's the score?
Oh, did you really want to know? I have 4 points. Rich and you are tied with 5 points.
Oh,
down by 1. Yeah, it's still anybody's game, people. Anybody's game.
This is the longest I've been in the top in one of these.
That's
all right.
You know,
my turn again. Okay.
Sure.
I was told to F off by Tony Soprano.
Huh.
Ooh.
Huh.
Sounds like something he'd say. I'm going with show enough.
Show enough.
Hell no.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So did you, Billy, did you...
Show enough.
Oh, show enough.
No. He says yes, it would happen.
Okay. Show enough.
Whoa! Okay,
Yeah.
tell us the story. What happened with that?
Well, I did
you read the parody.
I did a piece. Well, I didn't do the parody for Mad, but
No.
they did a piece called A Mad Peek Behind the Scenes of The Sopranos. And it was a 2-page spread with like the entire cast sort of on set with all these gags going on. And it came out, and one of the producers on the show contacted Matt and wanted to buy the original and also get prints made of it, like big prints, because he wanted to give it to the cast at the end of the season for their wrap party.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I had them all. So he contacted me and I had them all printed up, and I said, I'll tell you what, can I send you an extra one and you can have some cast members sign it for me and send it back to me? And he said, sure. So I got it back. But the thing is that in the parody, I drew James Gandolfini standing next to the Bada Bing stage, and he's smoking a cigar, and he's got this wife beater on and this big fat gut, and it says "Body by Gabagool" on it.
That's awesome. Oh,
so he signed it. F you.
Nice.
Oh, you think that's funny? Just because I'm a little bit bigger right now? Because the guy got the gabagool and you guys got to do this? Come on now.
God.
That's proudly hanging in my studio.
Okay.
As it should be.
Great. Right? Oh, that's pretty great. All right, we're in the home stretch here. The score is currently 5. Rich also has 5. And unsurprisingly, Billy Flynn is currently in the lead with 6
I'm in the lead in this game? What?
Yeah. We've got time for a few more.
Okay. Yeah, because I've got questions.
So I'm going to go back to Batman. I met Bob Kane when I was little, and he drew a Batman head on my convention booklet.
Look me in the eye.
Poker face.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Uh-oh, okay.
What you got?
I say, you say show enough? I say, oh, hell no, it was Bill Finger.
I did. I met him, and he drew the card. I think.
Oh, that's cool.
His life was that head, but he drew it.
So I've heard a bunch of stories about how Bob Kane was kind of an ass to people. So I was like, no, there's no way he did something that
He
cool.
was the nicest guy to me.
Really?
Very friendly.
Well, I'm glad to hear
very
that.
Kind.
I'm surprised he didn't turn around and pay some kid to draw Batman for you and then sign his name to it.
He could draw the little pointy head with the cowl at the end of the neck, and that's it. That's all I could vouch for. But
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
pretty cool.
I did not meet Bill Finger. So.
Damn. So that makes you tied with me now. Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Our tiebreaker.
All right,
Is this going
Tom.
to happen?
All right.
And this is your last one, I think. So
This is
make
my
it
last
good.
one. Okay, so I'll do a
Uh-huh.
good one. So in our book Claptrap, we did a parody of the Blues Brothers.
False.
So I did.
No, I've seen it.
So I did caricatures of Dan Aykroyd as Elwood Blues, but that isn't the first time I've ever done a caricature of Dan Aykroyd as an SNL character in a published comic book.
Oh, show enough.
You're saying show enough? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Show enough.
Show enough. I'm going to go, oh, hell no.
Uh-oh, here it is.
Did you weigh in, Billy?
I did. Show enough.
Show
Okay.
enough.
As show enough,
Yeah.
I drew a mini series for Marvel in like 1995 called The Coneheads.
Oh,
I figured it was the Coneheads.
That's right.
I knew that in the back of my brain. I knew that.
Yeah, it's 4 issues, and it was inked by Marie Severin.
Wow,
nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
which
right.
was awesome.
Oh my God. You know, I've got that somewhere in my. Okay, sir.
Dig through your comics. All right,
Yeah,
last
yeah.
one, and this one is where okay. Now the current score is Billy Flynn has 7, and Rich has 5. Oh, 6. No, you're up to 6.
Yeah,
and I am also at 6. So
I'm number 2.
and this last question is worth 10 points.
So none of the others matter.
Okay, well, sorry. Tom's Batman suit reminded me he might have a nice collectible, but unlike myself, did he ever walk up to the front stage along the runway of the Miss America pageant in New Jersey while wearing a rubber Batman mask?
Oh, so you
because I claim
up
I
to
did.
the front of the stage.
Not actually on the runway. Beside the runway, all the way up to the front.
Show enough.
Damn, that's a.
I'm gonna say Schnuff.
Okay.
You know what? Apparently you're a wild kid, and I think this is a wild kid story. So show enough. Why not?
Okay. Well, it is not a wild kid story because I was much too old when I did do it. That did happen. I was actually at a bachelor party for my friends from college, and they decided it'd be fun to go to the Miss America pageant, and we were acting up the entire weekend. And I just decided I was going to do a little game. How close can you get to the Miss America stage while dressed as a Batman mask? I walked all the way up, almost literally to the front of the stage, and then 2 security guards came over and said, "Where are you going?" And I said, "Don't worry, citizen, I'm on the job." And they said, "You have to go." And then I went.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
It's entertaining my friends. So.
Wow.
So wait a minute. Does that mean I won?
That does mean that you are the winner.
Congratulations, Billy.
Thank you. And I already have the prize.
So,
wait a minute. Hold it.
What?
Batman, yeah.
Everything Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, and can I say how much I did love this Joker one? God, I love that one so much. That was so great. That was so cool.
We don't give you a chance to ask a couple of questions of these guys. I know that you'd be feeling pretty sad. So do you want to go ahead and
absolutely
ask some of your burning questions?
So, Des, if we can get real for a moment.
All right.
Have you finally forgiven yourself for not winning the Ace Award for Rumor Has It?
Yes, I did answer. I was working at MTV, and that was a show I was on that for some reason was nominated for best game show and an awards that nobody cares about and don't exist anymore. But
and for the kids out there, the Ace Awards were the awards for cable excellence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, here's number 6. When I was working on A Rumor Has It, one of my co-writers on the staff. Did he get rich because he got a piece of Rent, the Broadway play?
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, probably no, because they always gyp those people.
No, he basically he was involved at the very beginning. Didn't have anything to do with the show itself, but because he had so much input at the beginning, he ended up getting a cut of it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. All right, so, Tom, what preparation did you do to truly capture the feel of Married with Children for the comics?
I watched the show a lot.
To pull up some obscure stuff.
Yeah. I can still draw that living room right out of my head. You know where all the furniture is? It had this weird, 45-degree angle brick wall with a desk on it. And, it's I did that. I just did that thing over and over and over and over again. Drove me crazy.
Cool. Unless you think about the fact that our brain is kind of finite and how much we can hold in it, and that's occupying a space that could be for something else.
I know.
But it's important.
Cool.
You still remember all your kids' names, right?
Most of them.
That one, the other.
Girl,
So,
boy.
I mean, whoever has the best answer for this, could we do a Kickstarter for you to actually make the Blood Bounce movie?
Wow, what is that?
Please. This is a great story. You'll love this.
Des?
Yeah.
You don't remember it?
I do not remember the Blood Bounce.
You don't remember Blood Bounce?
That was a gag that you wrote for the Die Hard. All the diehards in a building.
Okay.
Die Hard on a pogo stick.
Yeah, Die Hard on a pogo stick would be called Blood Bounce.
Claptrap spin-offs now. Okay, I got it.
Wow.
Yes, please.
I remember all your gags, and you don't remember all your gags.
You got the free
That
copy.
was an introduction gag. That doesn't count.
Well, Tom, what do you spend more time drawing the gags than it does for him to come up with it?
That's true.
I mean, it took 3 weeks for him to think of Blood Bounce. See, because again, I'm going to just rail and talk about this book so much because I do love this. I completely love what you did. So let's be completely honest with each other. My thing is weird. Push.
I'm happy to be pimping it.
So yes, this kids out there, this is 100% absolutely one of the mad
Still, so people can't see it.
Well, I've got a cover of it on screen right above me.
It's on the screen. It's on the screen for everyone to see.
Blinding me with
And
science.
!Claptrap will of course bring up the link in the chat.
It is 100% one of the great big Mad Magazine super specials you bought in the summer with money you made cutting the grass. It's fantastic, and it's so. When you said you were doing this to get the final Star Wars thing, it was just like I was like, oh, because I actually had that thought when Mad was stopping. One of my thoughts was, holy God, they're not going to get to finish Star Wars. I literally had that thought when this happened. And
They literally cut. They announced they weren't doing any more parodies like a month or two before the movie came out.
Right, and I'm like, no,
it was that close to the bone. So.
And I'm like, well, do they have one done already? Is it still going to have? No, what? So it was crazy. So I love that if you ever read Mad Magazine at all, the spirit is still totally there. The first effing page on the Blues Brothers, when they're doing the wonderful moment where you get to introduce all the characters and say who they are, you actually have the director of the film pop up to say that he's there and say the magic words that normally it was nice to work on a film where no one lost their head.
Yes, that is gorgeous.
So hard. I was like, yep, right there. I know what we're in for. And I didn't know. And if you said it in one of the things, I totally missed it, but I didn't know. But when I get to the end of that and saw that there was like a small little comedic thing between the parodies, the kid in me just screamed for joy. I'm like, oh my God, yes. Because if for nothing else, even if you're not big on the movie parodies, they've got a couple of segments in here where they take movie quotes, but then put them into a scene from another movie. And it's genius. It's effing genius how well that works. And I can't say enough about that. Everyone should really read that. So, I mean, seriously, you were like, the last Star Wars movie, it has to be done, so we're just going to make a damn book? That's really how this conversation went?
Well, I had the idea of doing a book like this, and Tom was like Mr. Parody, in the art department. So I met up with him in New York and just proposed it to him, and he thought it was a good idea. And the first thing we were going to do was Star Wars, because each of us had independently had people come to us complaining of exactly the thing you just said. But they did every Star Wars movie, and now suddenly there's no Mad and there's no Star Wars. At the time, actually, Tom will say that the original plan for the book was going to be like a half and half book, like 6 old movies and 6 current movies. Mm-hmm. That would come out from the time that Mad stopped doing parodies up until we had the book done. And Tom will tell you what happened to that plan, right?
2020 happened to that plan. There were no new movies.
No new movies.
Yeah.
So we went all old, except for the Star Wars, which was in the plan from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How did you find the Kickstarter experience? Was all of that how you expected it would go?
Yes, so.
Yeah.
No, we knew that we weren't gonna, get enough dough pay like a reasonable page rate. It was going to be a labor of love. So we just felt like if we needed to get enough that we felt we could print enough copies and do something. And we got a lot of great support. A lot of people, did some of the higher tiers to help us out. So we didn't have to sell every single copy, but we took all the extra money and printed as many copies as we could. So, we've got lots left over to be able to sell. And
yeah. Well, and in fact, Tom, on your site, it is only $30.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you can get a signed copy for $1,700. No, $75. And Billy, hold it up. How thick is it?
Dude, look! I mean, come on, look at this.
That is, yeah.
It's 124 pages. If you want to know.
Yes, it is.
124 pages, hardcover, full color.
It came in the mail.
I did. I absolutely did. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but the last page is going to leave you the biggest stupid smile on your face. Really, God is. It really, God is.
It was kind of stupid, wasn't it?
Yes, but of course, that's the last page. That's fantastic. So, okay.
By the way, how difficult is it to fold the back cover to get that?
That leads into a good question I like to ask the both of you because I've told people like they work for Matt. I'm like, well, they weren't there since the beginning, but no, they've been there for a while. So, they were still. Who was the first person? Who was the one big person? Like, oh my God, I'm finally getting to work with this person. Who was your person?
Oh, it's a bunch of people. I mean,
I know you worked with everybody.
I don't know, but when I first started at Mad, I told this story because I was 19 when I sold my first piece. I'll go back. I was 17. I was in high school, and I was doing my own little humor magazine at the high school and selling that to make money. So, and then sometime during senior year, I said, well, when Mad's in town, I'll go, see if they have any interest. I called up and said, can I come over and meet with somebody and, talk to you about what I've done? And the person on the phone said, yeah, come tomorrow. I said, well, I can't come tomorrow because it's a school day. They said, come the day after tomorrow. So I cut school, went in, had my little stack of magazines. They went through them. I sat with Nick Megalin and John Ficarra and, spent an hour going through stuff and asking me questions about the magazine, whatever. And, John said, here's my, address, send it to me, when you send things in. And, like a year and a half, 2 years later, I started selling things. And anyway, so to go back to your actual question, so the first people who did my things were like George Woodbridge and Al Jaffe and Don Martin and Jack David and Paul Coker. And it's like, it's ridiculous, wow. And little me.
Oh, that is crazy. No, but I mean, there's a lot of fun things. There's so many wonderful parodies in there. And when the Citizen Kane, I appreciate it on a big level because when I was a kid and I'd be at flea markets buying the old Mad Magazine productions, I love how the Citizen Kane looks like a 50s style Mad parody, like the ones they did for King Kong and stuff. It has that little bit rough edges kind of thing. That was an intentional choice, obviously, right?
No, it just worked out that way. We didn't expect it.
Oh, okay.
No. Basically, I wrote the script, and Tom's job was to make it work. I mean, so basically, he had to do all the detail work of the lettering, and tell them the details. And you had made it look 50s Mad.
Well, we did 2 black and white movies, right? We did Psycho, and then we did Citizen Kane, and I didn't want to handle them both the same way. Psycho, the cinematic, look of Hitchcock movies are very unique. And so I wanted to do something that really captured that. And so a lot of dramatic lighting, a lot of big blacks and kind of more of a painted sort of a looking gray tones. And I didn't think that was going to work very well with Citizen Kane. And since the movie came out, before Mad, I thought, we should really just do, like it was done in Mad, at that time. So I kind of consciously tried to do an homage to to the Kurtzman era Mad without copying any of the artists, actual work. Like I didn't want to do a imitation of Will Elder or something like that. I wanted to sort of try to do something that was a little bit more me, but had that flavor. But now that I look back at it, I'm like, I channeled way more Wally Wood than I expected to. So. But you know what? I liked how it turned out, and I had a lot of fun with the Zipatone and craft tint sort of effects, and the way the word bubbles work, where they sort of overlap each other in places, and that whole feel of the Kurtzman era comic book thing was a lot of fun to do.
You were searching for something that looked like the font of the old comics, so you found it. A lot of details, went into these things.
Yeah, that one, and I actually hand lettered the citizen the title "Cinema's King,"
right?
Because there was no other way to do. I mean, I couldn't go find a font to make that work, so I just did it in that old title, like hoo-ha, sort of lettering, and it was just fun to kind of break out of the box to do that, and we did a bunch of that. We did. I really thought Dez's idea to do the splash page of the Die Hard parody, so that you had to turn the book, and it was vertical.
Oh, nice.
Which was perfect, and it was just so we got to break out of the Mad format a bit and do some fun things, and we didn't have anybody telling us what we could or couldn't do. So, for better or worse,
Right.
it was all us.
Well, if we figure most of our backers know our work, they know Mad. They were looking for something along those lines. Like Mad stopped doing that stuff, and Mad's all reprint for the most part now. And so people were looking for more of that stuff that they liked, but that was new. But we thought we just to do that, we wanted to put surprises in and try some new things. So basically, you get what you wanted, but then, hey, what's this? What's this? What's this? And it helps break up the book as well. So hopefully that worked for the most part.
And the best thing is that with that Die Hard thing, it's basically like you guys have your own centerfold.
Right.
My blood did turn cold. It really did. I mean, another fun. Go for it, please.
All right, go ahead. What kinds of stuff do you have coming up? I think I saw that you do some workshops. Are you working on anything kind of currently that you have coming out? Anything that you want to sort of promote or share with our audience?
Not any like real projects. I'm about to do my 5th sketchbook. I have a sketchbook series. Every week on my blog, I do a sketch of the week, and usually run on a theme or something. And for the last year or so, I've been doing television sitcom stars. And I started in the 50s, and I'm up to the 70s now. So, and then when I get enough of them, I just collect them in a little booklet. And so I'm going to have that out for convention season, I think, this summer. And then just my usual, stuff. Like I said, I just got done doing a cover of Mad, and I do a lot of work for Jeff Dunham, the comedian.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you go to one of his shows, I do all of his merchandise, and I do an illustration for each city he's in, for the particular show that he's doing, with like elements from that city. So he keeps me busy doing that. And, and the workshops I started up, I never really got them going after the pandemic because I was so busy working on the book Claptrap, and now I'm starting them back up again. So those are weekend things where I just get like 12 or 14 artists, and we draw together for a whole weekend working on caricature, and it's a lot of fun.
So how much alcohol would it take for you to make a sequel?
We've talked about it. We don't know, no plans yet. We just kind of want to see how this goes. We know how well the fundraiser part of it started. We still have a pile of books and available at Tom's website and elsewhere, and it's still sort of a work in progress. How successful it is, and it's just looking to then figure out the mathematics of it.
Yeah, it's kind of
we
bad.
love the job. Certainly, Tom and I fought like cats and dogs the whole way. So it's a lot of bad blood. We get, but I work with Tom anytime. So it's just a matter of is it feasible? in terms of time and financially, and and in terms of people wanting a second one.
I mean, I certainly hope so. I mean, I know for a fact I got 10 people to sign up for your Kickstarter. So, hopefully they sort of spread that. And I really hope people find this because it's incredibly funny. It's something, it's been gone for a while because Mad stopped doing this, and it 100% is, it's just wonderful. It's loving. And I could, like I said, I could gush on and on and on and on, but oh my God, guys, thank you. That was, this has been tremendous. I'm going to push this button because I should, otherwise I'm going to keep talking. So GRD is licensed with Creative Commons Attribution, non-commercial, non-derivative works, 9 states, 3.0 licensing. Check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. Stop by the website at geekradiodaily.com. Of course, leave a voicemail, text message, all that good stuff, but the emails, podcast at geekradiodaily.com. And yes, I did say text message, put your name in it because for some reason it doesn't, but a voicemail is perfect too, and you can just use the magic numbers of
510 GRD Crew.
Follow both of these men and throw money their way because it's worth it. Your life will be better if you do.
Links will be in the shows.
Exactly.
Especially our lives.
Yeah, we're pimping it. It's what we do.
I'm not mad. It's only game. You are all weirdos.
Good night, suckers. Scat. Skedaddle. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao. Aloha. Fuck off.
Oh, I think that's the bat signal.
It's here. Hi, Gigi.
Hey, Sully.
Billy. How you doing? Hey, Fran, is that you?
How was Acapulco, Sully?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hey, did Mimi go with you, or did she have to stay home?
The floor.
Sully, help your pals in the sheriff's department.
Boy, you guys spend a little bit too much time in the wrong places.
Hey, Sally, is it true that Don Drysdale gave you a sock and a snooker?
Old news, Fred. Old news. Business, gents. Got to take care of business. Want to tell you about my new boys, the Wonders. Top 10 and fastest ever teen sensation. Caused the worst riot in Texas since Oswald got shot. Thought I'm in Detroit. Acts up, right? So I go for a drive way out in the boonies. I come across this neon sawdust dive, but what am I seeing? It is jam with kids. And why? Why? I'll tell you why. These Wonders are playing music like nectar. My ears do not lie. I sign them, I grab them, and they are here. You think all this British beat stuff is new? Give us another month. One more month and we'll be invading them. Won't we, kids?
What was that from?
That's from that thing you do. Today would have been...
Whose birthday is it?
Alex Rocco. Alex Rocco. Yeah.
You should make that a game where people call in and they guess what the stinger is from.
Well, the stinger and my intro, because,
Right.
So, wow, what was my intro? Huh?
I don't even remember it. Yeah.
It was Batman Year One.
Oh,
he
nice.
was Carmine Falcone in Batman.
Oh, yeah. Desmond, what is your website?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't really have a website, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's the 21st century, sir. It's kind of the law.
Not if you've got.
I got no website. So.
Not if you've got all the socials. Okay, what's your OnlyFans? So we can promote.
Wow.
So we did, of course, we will have links and everything to the book, and of course, Tom, to your website. And is there a particular link that you would like, Des, though, like any of your socials?
Oh, I
want to find you, promote your stuff. Just go buy the Claptrap book, claptrap.com, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a Twitter account which I don't use very much, and not that often. Although I did forward the thing you put up today, or yesterday. So
nice.
About this episode, but yeah, other than that, I've been pretty, uninvolved.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But is there any place where people can purchase, your works or anything like that?
Yeah, TomRichmond.com.
Okay. Aside from that one, but okay, we can make sure that's the primary one that we're hitting.
So claptrapbook.com is like the official landing page to order the book, and
that's even less effort to type.
Yeah, there's some teasers on there, and people can
see
a little bit of it's inside.
Which one gets you guys more of a cut?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
It's all the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
If they if you buying it from Amazon, we don't get as much, so don't buy it from Amazon.
Well, that's why we want to make sure.
Are we still streaming? Can I say F Amazon? Just kidding.
Say F.
No. We're on Twitch. No. We love Amazon. Amazon's great. Order everything from there. Ow, the implant's going off.
I did get a new job. And
I enjoy the commercials you've added to Prime. Yeah.
But the only one happier that I got a raise was Jeff Bezos. It's been money.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and close down the Twitch stream, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Hear everything else, Patreon, do it.
Yes, yes, definitely. But yeah, we had some folks in there that were just absolutely loving the stuff that you guys were saying, and so
That's great.
we're hoping. We're hoping that we sold at least 2 more books for you guys.
Our pleasure.
Because then I have to say how goddamn funny I always found the badly needed warning labels for rock albums.